Hello, Pavel.
Hello, Monica.
How is your Wednesday going on?
Quite okay. Quite nice. You know, the school started. My
Okay.
child goes to school, so I have like a early morning. Finally, I have a quiet and peace. Also, wife was forced to go back to working at the office. So finally,
Home alone.
yeah, home alone, and I can work in quiet and peace.
That's good for you. Okay, so let's get back to our scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't make those arrows.
You know what? I think that this is. Yeah, as you can see, there's some problems still. The scene
Still?
is. Yeah, you see, I can draw it. Not here. I can. Oh, not known and not anymore. Here,
Okay.
here, and okay, it is. Uh, Something is wrong, Like he doesn't want to always do the right thing. Oh, okay, okay, and made it.
Yeah.
And again, oops, yeah. So this is done.
Okay, so last
So we finished, I
yeah,
think, like our
we
character.
managed to enter inside.
Yeah, finally entered inside, and I had like a epiphany. I realized what will be going on in this location. So yay, hooray for me! Mm, so yeah, now
Bravo.
we have like a description. Like we are going to the player is looking around, assessing situation where he can go. We said that there is light, air, and gravity and power, colorful and festive. So I think the player will still decide to keep the helmet on. Like paranoia. It doesn't want to trust the light, air, and gravity because it can disappear at any given moment. So
So
he will.
you don't follow the trends in science fiction. Oh, unknown planet. I take off my helmet because there's oxygen.
No, no, no. I don't like this idea. Yeah, it was like in Alien Prometheus, I think.
Yeah,
That was like they were the
and
scientists, but
inconvenient as
they were
well.
scientists. That was
Yeah,
the best part. Like Brainy and one of them takes. Yeah, it's okay,
and
and
the
you're
same
dead.
was in the Alien Covenant. It was the same thing, the very
Yeah,
same thing.
Covenant. Yeah, no, it was in Covenant, not in
In both,
Prometheus. Yeah, just
because but not in the planet, but they in the ship, alien
yeah
ship.
on the
They
ship. Okay,
took off the helmets. So
it's like ridiculous.
yeah.
No, I don't like those ideas of taking helmets on without any proper thought.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
that's why still keep bringing it up. I liked Expanse because Expanse was like if something like that would happen, someone would explain why he's not giving a crap. But most of the time, they just were down to earth, or real in the moment, so you can follow them, not like in Prometheus. This is this is
Yeah.
the problem sometimes with science fiction when it is dumb science fiction and it is not like settled somewhere in the world building. Like in Star Wars, yeah, you can go out and no one cares. Like maybe you're in the belly of the giant beast or something like that. No one cares.
Yeah,
There's
but
always air if there needs to be, or you can do like crazy things. But
Yeah,
But
but
if
in
you have
Alien
like,
Covenant, it was
yeah, when you're trying to be
terrible.
like harder and harder on science fiction and be realistic, and you are suddenly doing this stupid shit, then the viewer is always like catapulted out of the moment, saying, "Why are you taking this out?"
Yeah, especially if the scientists do that.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the best.
yeah. Well, let's not kick the lying and poor, because that movie was bashed so many times. Like, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah,
But
especially
well,
this part when they take off the helmets.
yeah. So okay, we are on this base. He will not take the helmets off. Okay, but we will now. I think we either we should. No, I didn't want to give like too many choices to the player, because the scene will grow, and it will grow so large that we it will be impossible to write it in a short time. Because
Yeah.
I thought about it, like, there's power, so he can find the terminal, like plug himself in and seek information that he needs. But
Mhm.
but but again, it will like grow. He will be gaining information, and it will be a mess. So, hmm, I'm thinking that this moment in here, okay. So he will now notice that this is a party area. Some, yeah, some decorations, projectors, and stuff. Okay. And since the player will know that, he will have the chance to figure out what is going on. So maybe in this way, so I will give like three choices this time. This time I
Mhm.
will give him a choice like simple option. This is the universal one that will always be present no matter what. This one will be for if he fails the test, because this will be like a general, and I will do 2 times test. Okay. Well, not result. Crap! It's my mouse. My mouse is working properly. Yeah, I have like old. Come on, come on! Crap.
What is going on?
Jesus. Test option. Okay, so this will be a test option, and I will give the player the chance of mm, checking out. mm, check out the terminal to discover the site. This should not be here only in label, right? Okay, and I will give like another choice. This will be, I think, hacking test, because he needs to like force the AI that is not
Mhm.
constructed to like to give information to mm, mm, guests, and he will have to obtain some information. If he will pass, he will get information about. Well, you're,
Yeah, again.
where are you? You are
In
not
my wait, I will close my
mine.
window.
Ah,
Wait a moment.
okay. So yeah, this is a test of copy of computer skills. Yeah, here.
I
Computer
think they do this
skills.
on purpose.
I will give it like standard difficulty, nothing fancy. And the second one will be like just to notice things. I think, yeah, that to notice that there is a secret tunnel, and that would be like what skill? I would say it will be a technology. Yeah, why not technologies? Technology. Not too much of this technology here. Perhaps bluff skill. Bluff skill because this is a hidden entrance, and he will try to spot a hidden entrance, right?
Yeah.
And so, if he will spot the hidden entrance, or he will find mm, information on the terminal that, that is needed, he will gain access to the laboratory, right? There
Okay.
are hidden doors. He can go there, and he will have a chance. Player, I mean,
Hmm.
will have a chance to discover like some scientific data probes, and I was thinking about like a small sample of this combat animal that is running, and if he fails the test, and any one of them, he will go to this general option, just moving forward, and he will move forward to the entertainment area. There will be like a large
Arena.
room, large party room, like with alcohol, like with stuff in there. There should be like some kind of, I don't know how to call it,
Post
locker room,
which.
like kind of a locker room, right, where people can leave like
Mhm.
things. And when the bouncer says no, 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 no weapons, he takes weapons and he closes them into like safe area. Okay, so he will have like things to search through, but at the end there will be an arena that will be busted, and there will be like a grown specimen of this fighting dog, and he will attack the player.
Okay.
Yeah,
And also in this room has to be some kind of post where people can make bets.
bets? No,
No,
maybe terminals. I don't know. I think the terminals. It's science fiction. It's not like a
uh, that's why I said post.
post. It,
Post jest stanowisko. Post. Yeah.
okay, no, yeah, but I think it's like everything is virtual, so placing bets in some place it's redundant. You cannot see the player will have to like activate the arena or something like that. We'll get to that
Okay.
in a moment. We will see. Oops. Another one test result. Okay, so those are two results: success and fail. Success. Of course, the player still will have like option to go to this arena, but with if he goes to laboratory, he should not be allowed to go there. So I would be more inclined to do like if you go one path, you go that way, and if you go the other one, you will face other challenges,
Okay.
right? And in here, there is success
So you
in
have two tests here.
hacking terminal. Yeah, two tests. Just spotting on like general knowledge where people hide things, like there will be like hidden door. So he will use like a thievery skill. Okay, it's
Mhm.
kind of like this. And in second one, if he's like kind of a scientist or and knows about computers, he can use like computer skills to hack the computer. Failure hacking the terminal without this shit. Okay. Yeah. And now the outcomes, of course. So, outcome. The description of the outcome, of course. Hey, come on. Stay in place. Oops. And simple paragraph. Hello. Simple paragraph, I said.
There it
Okay.
is.
Yep. And next one. Crap. Yeah. And hips. Hips. Okay. So, uh, okay. Player spots hidden entrance to the laboratory. Player fails to spot hidden entrance. Follows the corridor into the entertainment area. Okay, and this will be like similar in here with player fails to hack the AI, and he just follows along, and in here he hacks the terminal, gains access to the laboratory. Okay. Yeah. I should give this also.
So just two tests and so many notes.
Yes, and some. Yeah, it's
This is how
mathematics.
it looks. Yeah.
This is how this works.
Yeah.
This is why in games there are not so many different choices given to a player.
That's true.
Sometimes to annoyance of players. But in here you can see also, like there are. Okay, we do in like one version you can try to spot things. Second version you can try to hack the computer, but the outcomes are actually like only two outcomes. One outcome you manage to find something, and the other one no, you just go into that way. Okay.
And tell me one thing. Can the player make both tests or not? On only one?
No, only one. That
Only one.
that's why I said in this failure version, right? I added also the description that he follows the corridor into the
Mhm.
entertainment area, right? Because I don't want to player now to give him like again the option to click other, so he will go and then he clicks the third one if he fails, because it's the failure going along, so he will have like a feeling that was like annoying and frustrating and gave him nothing. So
Mhm.
yeah, so we have this and this. So we have like to have uh, looking around for something fishy in the area. Okay, so the test options have to have like some kind of a consequence, I think. And I don't know what. Because there must be some kind of maybe this one is not needed. Yeah, but he no, that would be dumb.
This one with hidden doors is
No,
obvious.
this one I will delete it. This is like a redundant. No point in it. Either he spots, either he makes a test on based on his bluff and knowledge of the thievery or he knows about the computers. It doesn't matter what will happen. The outcomes are here, and either he moves. He
Forward.
only can have option to move into the entertainment area, or he will have in this way he will have option to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, I why I wanted for the test to have some kind of a complication because taking the test in our game is always giving the player experience points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because every test that he will make gives experience points, and giving him the player the way to just go forward, don't give a damn, is like robbing him of this chance to earn the experience points, and will also give him like inclination that in future endeavors he also should never go with a safe option, which he should not do. It's like closing some doors, some option for us if we will teach the player something that is not good for creating the stories.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we will now have option sample option player checks um, the. So how do you think we should do? Should we create a step that player first checks the way ahead of him? For example, if he spotted some kind of lab entrance, he will open the door and will see that this is like some kind of a laboratory and something scientific, and then he will have the option to look the other way, and he will see that there is still going on this entertainment area, and there are some things like colorful, like some
I think
some
first what we
decorations.
should do, we should think about how the whole area is built. So, what we have first? First, we have some corridor, yes?
Why do we need to know
I,
how it is built?
for us, I mean, for building this scene, uh,
Really? Why?
we don't. uh,
You don't need it. You have to have like this is a game of moving forward. You are not
yeah.
going back. Okay.
Okay.
We, again, I told you because we don't use map. Don't
Yeah.
think about
No maps.
any crappy maps in your head. This makes no point. You have to figure out the way that the
Yeah.
player would
I just name
organize.
it the other way. Okay. That's true. I think first what oh god
This
he
this question. I will explain. My question is because we need to inform the player. Okay, for because the game is about making decisions, and
yeah
mm, we need to create environment of informed decisions. Informed decisions are different than not informed decisions. So either we decide that we take again some time and patience of a player to read like information he, because there will be a description, and the player has like text in front of him, so he may like to read it or he may not. People get tired reading too much sometimes. uh, and we have to always balance how many times we want to inform the player what's ahead of him for him to make informed decisions. So, is there a point in our way to give the player at this step the choice to decide if he wants to go this way or that way and to check the road ahead? Or are we just saying, yeah, you go in?
Uh, but it you mean it adds a third option or what? Because you made two options, yes? Tests, two tests.
Yes, I made two tests. So in
And do
this
you want
in
it to be
this
the third
way,
option of that
listen, I'm asking, are we doing like this? So either player can check
after the
the
test?
the road after the test,
Okay.
road ahead, and he has like entertainment section. Why didn't you do this? Okay. I know I'm making mistakes. I'm sorry. But it will take too long if I will correct each and every.
We can do that later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
each and every laboratory section. The big correcting every single mistakes takes time. Okay, so this is like he can check out things, and now we will again give him the description of the road ahead, or we are not giving him this information for him to make an informed choice where he want to go, and then his choice is taken away and will be determined uh, by the outcome of the test.
Yeah. As the outcome of the test, I think he should have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this will be like in this way, and then this way, and in this way, and in this way. He will have a choice of checking out both ways. Okay, so he'll can check one and the other, and here he just have a choice. He doesn't have a choice. He will just move player proceeds to the entertainment section. Oh, okay. So these are the outcomes. So this is actually this we can move in here because we will be using this option in a minute.
Hmm.
And in here we need to create a description of what's ahead. Give the player an inclination of where he's going. Hips, hips, and he will also from this one he should have options of checking the
Okay.
other one, but I want to allows the possibility for him to click it over and over. So I'm checking click once. So this option can only be taken. Each of those things can be taken only once. And
Hmm.
here I should also do this, but because you don't know what the future holds. Sometimes when I was designing the earlier parts, uh, I did not had this click once. First of all, I did not have this click once option early in making the game. But then when I did not uh, check this one. Sometimes they created loops where player could gain over and over and over again, for example, some kind of information or items. It was annoying.
Mm,
And it's always like, okay, there's a loop, and he can get, and you know, need to go somewhere, and only to find the place where you need to click once, block the option for clicking
it's
more.
much easier this
Yeah.
way.
Okay, so we have this and this.
God,
Okay,
so many
so
arrows.
now the player road ahead into entertainment road ahead laboratory. Okay, so he will notice white decor. mm, Decontamination equipment and hmm. So how?
We are in a laboratory.
y- Yeah, we looking into the road ahead. What will give us like information? What player would? How he would know exactly that this is some kind of science lab?
Mm, some kind of log, but what kind of log?
No, no, we don't
No?
lock this. No, no. If we lock something down right now, he will have to have another test. So
Okay.
he will have to overcome some kind of an obstacle. We created already like obstacle here, obstacle like here with the jump, right? And requirements. And if we create on a simple road, we create too many blocks, it's like redundant, you know?
Okay, so we have white decor and the contamination equipment and maybe some laboratory stuff, some probes or uh, stuff like this, tables with.
Yeah, but we are in the corridor, you know what's leading. Imagine like you are opening the door and you are just picking, and you see like a corridor that it should be like you don't look somewhere deep, because no one would put like a lab room just adjacent to like an entertainment corridor, you know? Like there are people going on, and there are hidden doors, and there is a laboratory, right? That would be like, oh, maybe evacuation sign, evacuation road.
Some maybe
How
some
is it in English called? You know, the way you evacuate in case of emergency.
exit,
Emergency
exit, emergency exit.
emergency exit signs. So we will like create the reason why this uh, hidden door exists, right? This is like only used for emergency exits if something bad happens in laboratory, and perhaps some kind of plexiglass, although we cannot use the word plexiglass in our game, but plexiglass door. No, like plexiglass door. Mm.
Maybe transparent if you cannot use this word.
Yeah. Plexiglass door are transparent, right?
Yeah, but you said that we cannot use the word plexiglass.
Ah, oh, no, we have like I invented some kind of futuristic word
Yeah,
for
I
plexiglass.
remember plexiglass. It was something like this.
Well, something like that. I will use
Yeah.
it now. It's just for our knowledge, right? We describing what will be in there. Okay, so plexiglass door, general signs of scenes area. Okay, so this, and in here he will see more of a colorful and rich decor, not suiting the base inside of an asteroid. So since we want to put some danger ahead, should we already give some clues?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Okay, so not yet. Okay, so
He even didn't enter
since
inside. So.
uh, looks like a small casino ahead. Okay, so this is what he has like information he will have, and in both of those cases, he will have like option two: player proceeds to the entertainment section, or player proceeds to laboratory. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Player proceeds to the laboratory. Okay,
This is general laboratory or this hidden?
this hidden
This hidden.
laboratory.
Okay.
Yeah, but it will be like only those options when you face, you don't check the road ahead. You just can go only to the entertainment section. So only if the test was passed, the choice is given to the player. Otherwise, he just has one way of the to explore this place. Okay, excellent. So which one we are describing first?
Laboratory.
Okay, laboratory. So we are now going. So place proceeds to the laboratory paragraph. And okay, so okay, this is evacuation route. Description of emergency corridor. Everything is fine. And I don't want the science lab to be damaged, actually, because I
Mm-hmm.
think the problem with this station was when
Not in laboratory, but in the
entertainment
entertainment
area,
room. Yeah.
exactly. But we still need to place some kind of a danger and something that is in here. What do you think it will be?
Mm.
Perhaps some kind of a more aggressive artificial intelligence that will try to, because like upwards there is an artificial intelligence, and like I said before, we don't want it to have like too many options
Mm.
because it will interfere and we will have to like communicate with it, and I don't want to create this kind of a conflict.
Yeah,
But
you want it to be primitive.
or maybe some kind of I don't know, something else.
In the laboratory, maybe, but
Because I
the
don't want the
AI.
player again to fight with doors, and I don't want him to fight with computer consoles. It's we've done that. We should not be doing it.
Okay, he needs to gain something in it, and I think
Oh, I
it.
know. He will enter this, for example, and the countdown will start because they booby trapped the laboratory for the someone who is not a personnel, and doesn't know about the activation code, and if not, the self-destruct will
This is actually a
fire up.
pretty good idea.
Okay.
Yep, let's go with it.
Okay. Player follows.
I was thinking more about some substance that
No,
some
we will.
poison, some substances in there.
Yeah, that would be also an idea that you are traversing some kind of
But here, thanks to
corrosive. But
your idea, we have time limits
yeah,
here.
follows. Grab me.
So
Follows.
we cannot click and click and click and click. So we have to
Corridor.
move quickly. Where do you take these ideas from?
Mm, don't know how to explain this experience.
Maybe, maybe.
No, when you are a game master and role playing games, you have run every possible scenario and every story kind of a hook wherever you could. So you've done this, and often the players when they wander around, you have to like come up with their ideas because you didn't foresee them earlier, so you invent them on the way, and then all you have to do is to describe them and to make them like work,
Yeah.
like make sense. So that's better,
Yes.
better best because
And this makes sense.
okay, so we have like an I suddenly announces intruder. Player has little
Mm,
time to insert proper code.
I would say that because
Player
mm,
does not.
one question: the AI speaks English
It doesn't matter.
because it's Chinese.
So
Maybe some
not Chinese.
alert is
It's
moving.
not Chinese. It's what
Mandarin.
in
Yes,
Mandarin language,
Mandarin.
but
Yes.
like I said, it's in different languages can have this, so it doesn't matter. This is the
Okay.
idea, like we are not yet writing the whole paragraph. You have to mm, like create those mental images. Like I don't know if I will say intruder. Why would it? Oh, it should be like more secretive or something like that. But I will figure it out later on when I will be writing it. But
Okay.
the inspiration for it, the idea that the player has to be again informed in some way that something happened, you know, and players should have like options. Does not have a code. There is no code. Code. No way for him to have it. Mm, the countdown to self-destruct the whole base starts. Okay, now we
Five
will
minutes.
create again, Monica. We are not using time in our game, like
Okay.
in actual time units that function on Earth. You cannot have it because again, you could, but it's like you cannot foresee how time
Goes
is
there.
behaving in space, and you would be bogged down somewhere along the way. How you can communicate across the stars and how you can uh, time dilatation problems, you know?
Okay.
Einstein and other things. I spend a lot of time thinking about it. Like, c- can I actually say, like, you have like this and this days? How do you exactly count the days? Is it 24 hours? And if 24 hours, at what speeds? And things like that. So it's like pointless.
Okay.
So to cheat the way out of it, you never say minutes, seconds, hours, days, or years. You are just saying once upon a time, long time ago in the past, when you mention moments, and if time is mentioned, you say time units. Okay, and time units is something that anyone can relate to because it will be like measured in the game, and because the game mechanics and the game will measure this, everything is fine. Otherwise, we can start taking off helmet everywhere we go.
That's true.
Okay, so now we know that the base will self-destruct. So the question is, what options are given to the player? The basic ones, he can, I don't know, turn around and just run away and gain nothing,
And search the room.
or try to again say, okay, this is how long I have. I have to get something out of it, and he goes searching the room, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Two
okay,
simple
now
choices.
I will no three. Now I will give him three
Three.
choices. Yeah, because one of them is very simple. He escapes. So
Yeah.
this border option is actually universal. Now he will have like at each step he will do, it doesn't matter. He will always have the possibility to retreat. So I don't have to create anything more than just one note saying you escape from the base, right?
Okay, so the whole base is going to explode, not
Yeah,
only the lab.
yeah. Well, we have to assume that perhaps perhaps not the whole, perhaps the only the laboratory area, but this is the asteroid. If you make an explosion in space, no one knows what happens.
Okay.
Actually, this is like, you know
Undiscovered area yet.
very hard to predict what the explosion does in space. So player decides to run away. Running away confirmation. Information. This is the option he has the whole time. Okay, and the two other choices are now he searches this room. Player searches room. Player moves ahead, ignoring this area. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's why, because he decides like, here nothing important can be, so he will go.
Mm-hmm.
So he is searching the room. He is moving forward. Okay. So if he's searching the room in here, this will be like, what can be here? This is the room that is generally connected to the emergency exit. So is it like an important room? Should it be like important room?
Yeah, very
Okay, so
important.
let's say that this is a decontamination room, like not like small one, but the one that is the contamination. But no, but why?
Some decontamination area before
No,
the room.
no. The let's make it let's make it that this is actually a part of the room, one of the big. There is like kind of a big room actually. The laboratory is generally the big room, okay, but it's
Hmm.
divided by different enters and exits. Like in one you can probe the samples, in the other one you have like magazine for different equipment. And I think that this should be uh, like this, like some kind of a storage area that also is connected to the emergency exit. But
And I was
it's
thinking about
and
where they're keeping the created animals
in the main part, in the
in the
the
main part.
like you have like smaller rooms, and the one at the center is big one. Like
Hmm.
there you have like different
Cages.
workstations and like tanks, for example, like three big tanks where the creatures were held.
Okay.
Mm,
So here we just have
so
scientific stuff.
yeah, but on the other hand, who would create like emergency exit in the storage area? Storage usually is cluttered, and if something is cluttered, that would obstruct the evacuation, so it does not
And if
make any
it's
sense.
hidden,
So it doesn't make any sense. It's hidden
no.
from the outside. It's not hidden in the laboratory. Okay, the scientists know this is the evacuation road. The up the entertainment area does not know that. So again, this should not be this. So this is some kind of don't know.
We have a lab, we have the contamination room, and the storage I would place in somewhere else.
Perhaps some kind of
Because he
computer
will get.
center. This will be like, for example, where the brain of the AI is.
No, I would place that somewhere else as well. Because
Why?
here we've
Because
got
this is
scientists, only scientists, and no one wants to involve in their job. They need to be focused and do
so
their
maybe
job.
rec area, recreation area,
Maybe.
rec,
Yeah.
rec. Jesus, rec. Area,
Yeah.
recreational. Okay, so this is a mess. How um, bigger? Some bigger with mm,
Some
with
pool table, maybe we can put in there.
beverages. Some um, wird wits searching gives some small loot, nothing of importance. Um, Perhaps some kind of a smart bank. Yeah, smart bank and personal key.
Yeah, because there can be some lockers of scientists.
Yeah, yeah. So this is recreational area, and now he can move forward. Okay, so and this will also we will give like this here in information like time -2. And then here he doesn't, like, he moves ahead, time minus time. -1. So he uses less time by moving ahead, trying to find something interesting. Okay, so this recreational area would lead, well, would have to be into decontamination room. Decontamination room, because you like live in the lab, so you need to
Yeah.
be cleaned and everything has to be like proper. So here we there will be like mm, for example, I would say he can, okay, decontamination room, okay, with lockers and devices for decontamination. Okay, he can either search the room or move ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Search decontamination, time -1, move ahead, head, time -1. Okay, yeah, yeah, that makes sense because it's not a big area. It's
Mm-hmm.
like smaller area. But if he searches this area, if the player decides to, I think that the suits, some perhaps it will be like the outcome should be depending on how much.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that I will give a player the opportunity if he searches this area. Either he only finds his this parts for his spacesuit. You know, it's a general loot, nothing too cool. But if he has enough of technology knowledge, he will realize that there is some kind of a more important
Items.
item, like modification for the spacesuit, some kind of a biological one, for example, given resistance to some toxins or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So low low tech, high tech, right? And in here two different outcomes. Mm, high tech player finds useful stuff. Player finds common stuff. Space suit mod and spare parts. Only spare parts. Only spare parts for spacesuit. Okay, yeah. And now again he is moving forward. Of course, at each of those intervals, he will have like an option to escape.
Mm-hmm. So he can always go to his ship
Yeah.
and run away. Okay.
Oh, so maybe this one. Yeah. Player decides to run away. Okay. So this will be like two options. How much time? How much time he has left? So those, like, player decides to run away. Has enough time. Has enough time. No explosion. And if he doesn't have enough time, explosion.
Okay, so we can kill him here.
Uh, yeah. Well, I think that explosion will deal him like damage, like a lot of damage, but the damage will decide. Like if the damage will deal enough damage, if the damage will reduce him to zero, of course he dies. Perhaps he will not, but yeah, yeah, okay. And now we will like he moves ahead, so now he enters the main laboratory.
Yes, and the main laboratory will deal next week.
Yes, entering the main lab. Okay, yep, this is it.
It's nice. How much work did you did today?
We did some 63 notes. We added like almost 30, I think.
Oh, quite a lot.
Yeah. Well, some of them are just, like test results are just
Hmm.
simple empty ones. The only the you have to set the proper parameters for them, but and the options, like are quick and fun. The description is different, but yeah, as you can
Okay.
see, this will grow and grow and grow as you see. But yeah, but we are at the main lab, and we also have to like at some point, like decide how to count the time. How many
10 minutes.
time units the player will have, before the explosion will be like catastrophical for him.
Hmm.
Yeah, catastrophical for him.
Okay.
Mm, but that will be later on.
Yeah, I know.
So I will
Thank you
say,
for today.
yeah, sure.
Save the data.
Yeah, I saved.
So, so
I
we
also
don't.
have to create a backup later on.
Yeah.
The last time I forgot about the backup, and I had like a panic moment that the versions I have on my workstations, and this one is not compatible, and I will like have to some way transfer this data into the other files, and I was no, but everything turned out right. So I will now have to create a backup and put it
That's good for you, Pavel.
always backup data. This is like the most important rule of creating games and
Yeah.
writing a lot of stuff. But everyone who wrote like some kind of a school project knows that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you for today. Bye bye.
Bye.